Look at the background. Hattie's watching thinking, what is bro doing? Unk. This is not the way to do it. I mean, are you training Shizzy to be a throat goat? What exactly is going on? What is happening? Coach Greg, in today's video, Shizzy trains at the most dangerous gym in the world. I don't know why people aren't learning their lessons. I guess they don't watch my videos. They don't believe what I'm saying. But did we not see what happened to Will Tennyson?
Wake your ass up!
And so Shizzy says, hey, you know what? I'm game. Now, Shizzy has a different kind of past. I don't want to talk all about that. It's not really important. But he's decided essentially to prove that he is a man to challenge the demons. And so, of course, he's going to be training at Diamond Gym by Ankh and Hattie and others who've called me on the phone after making the video and said, look, we want to point out that we are in no way bullies, that is not bullying, that these people, they want to go through this. And so, hey, we can agree to disagree, but I stand by what I said in terms of this being the most dangerous gym in the world. And so did you watch the video? Did you see the fact that Shizzy had blood coming down from his head and that wasn't even the worst part? Wait till you see Shizzy attempt to deadlift a PR. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yet I watched it. I rewound it. I watched it again. And so stay tuned. Let's watch and find out.
Working on his dad's gym in Jersey. He looked just like this. What's up, bro?
There he is.
What's up, fellas? I've been wanting to get you out here, bro.
He's excited for this. And so this is the perfect candidate for someone who wants to train at this gym.
He's an asshole. Ask him. Yo, you ever know what we're going to train before we come here?
Before going to the gym, you will have no idea what you're going to train. You train whatever they're in the mood for on that day. And so if you just trained your back and you show up to the gym and it's back day, well, you're training back. And so you have to know what you're in for. You're in for... you have no idea. And so the point is not to train to try to build muscle or to do things effectively to progressive overload. The point is to try and get hurt, to challenge yourself, to do things that you probably shouldn't and see if you can survive. I guess the motto could be, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And so if that is the goal of this training, then bravo, you have officially done it. And so, of course, let's start with dry scooping pre-workout, as if that's safe. There are certain rules in the gym. Essentially, you can't have your eyes closed. I don't know if they're worried about that. They might be fantasizing about other people in the gym. You can't close your eyes. You can't sit down. You can't go drink water during the workout. I mean, why would you want to be hydrated?
Very, very, very dehydrated.
And you have to wear a lot of clothes so that you sweat profusely, because why would you want to train in a cool environment and actually enjoy your training? And so the point is to hate it so that you never want to do it again.
Shit, so you. Look the count. 100.
Wait the
Kirk! And so one of their training techniques is to do very high repetitions, sets of 100, because why bother being efficient in your training? I mean, is it not better to waste endless minutes doing a set with improper technique and follow that up with doing partial push-ups? I mean, why would you want to go all the way down? I mean, does it not sound cooler to do 100 reps halfway down than doing 50 proper reps? Sounds cooler.
How you feeling after the first set?
Oh, my shit is cooked. This is the most painful, most efficient way to grow.
It is not. Doing sets of 100 is in fact the opposite. Perhaps it's the most painful. What's most important is that you go close to failure, or perhaps you reach failure. The higher the reps, the harder it is to reach failure. Just let's think about this. If you're going to do a set of 5, maybe 10, and you go 1 rep from failure, 4 if you're doing 5, or 9 if you're doing 10, it isn't really all that hard. How long does it take? It takes seconds. But if you're doing a set of 100, your body is going to start burning perhaps 30 seconds before you get there. And so you're going to have to force yourself to get into that pain zone, and it's going to be very uncomfortable. And so it's possibly the most painful way to grow, But it isn't efficient whatsoever because you have to do so many reps for so long. Once you get to rep 90, you're clearly going to want to stop. And if you stop at, for example, 95, that's 5 reps from failure. That's not even close to going all out. And so you did 95 reps, 5 reps from failure. In comparison, let's say you did 10 reps and you stopped 2 reps from failure at 8. You actually did better for muscle growth doing 8 reps on a set of 10 than 95 out of a set of 100, which is much more difficult. And it's not very efficient because how many sets like that can you actually do? You're probably not going to push yourself hard enough. And when you do that many reps, you're kind of starting to border on training your cardio. And so going from one set to the next with very low rest, back and forth, that seems like the kind of training that you'd be doing if you were, for example, a boxer, an MMA fighter, or a cardio endurance athlete, not someone who's just trying to get jacked.
You got to show me, baby. Come on. Be a dog about it. Be a dog about it. Now, welcome to Diamond. That's just a little diamond dust. A little diamond magic.
So what I see is there's a lot of yelling. Do this, do that, lift this many more reps. Come on, let's go. Screaming and so on. I can just train. I could have nobody saying anything and I can push myself, and I can push myself hard. Probably just as hard or more than all of these gentlemen pushing in the gym. And you know another thing? It takes a lot more energy, effort, concentration to do an exercise with proper technique than to just bang out a bunch of reps. Oh, do 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, versus a slow, eccentric, taking your time, a pause in the hold, or essentially training like Eric Janicki. Notice the difference. Which do you think is better? Which offers more muscle growth? Well, if we were just looking at bodies in general, Eric Janicki is much bigger. And so I'm not saying that a sample size of 1 is enough, but it's clearly working. And so my suggestion, don't go to the gym and just bang out hundreds of reps. Do your reps with purpose. Look at the sloppy technique. I mean, anything to get the weight up. Look, I'm 50, and if I trained like this, I'm not going to be training for many more years. And so if you want to train well into your 50s, you don't want to be training like this. It might sound cool when you're young to push yourself and cheat and do everything wrong, but as you get older, you'll quickly realize, shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't no other option.
Yeah.
Ain't no other option.
Pull
Ain't no other option.
Pull it. Pull it, goddammit.
And so Shizzy kind of losing it already. He does his set. He can't stand it. He's screaming. He's got the aggression, stops. I think he was upset because he could only get 75 reps instead of 100. Perhaps he realized that he was losing his technique and he shouldn't keep going. But hey, they keep yelling at him, and so he has to keep going. These guys, they're all lifting weights and they're being aggressive and hyper-masculine. And do you realize that you can do all of this while putting on some spandex, shaving your legs, and riding a bicycle? I know that many people probably make fun of cyclists and think, oh, they don't really train all that hard. We lift weights. We're manly. We're macho. I can push myself harder than all of these guys on a bike. There's a hill coming up and I have to keep up. It's do or die. If I don't keep up, I'm dropped and I lose. I have to keep up. You don't cry about it. You don't scream. You don't curse. You just go. You don't need 17 unks standing there saying, you're a loser, you're a winner, get out your demons, do this and do that. You don't have Mike Israetel yelling to go to level 4. And so what I'd like to see is Mike Israetel training at the Diamond Gym. Would Mike Israetel break character and actually train hard? Would he go to level 4?
No. There will be no shizzification without a sweatshirt.
And imagine Shizzy thinking he could remove his sweater. I mean, why would we be concerned with dehydration?
It makes me worry about all the dehydrated people in the world.
Is it not more important to train so hard that they get rhabdomyolysis and get put into hospital and potentially die? I mean, why wouldn't that be our goal? I don't know. I mean, that is what they're hoping for, is it not? Let's push yourself so hard that you end up with rhabdo, and you think that that's rare. You think that no one gets this. Have we not seen Larry Wheels and Dana Lynn Bailey with this exact same thing?
Come on, we gonna fight together.
The war's on together.
You stop shooting, we all die, baby. Come on.
You motherfucking head.
How many you got? 30.
I mean, why do they load up the stack when he can't do 10 proper reps and then tell him to do 30? What is the point of this? Is it to make you feel like you're a loser? Is it somehow making him feel hard? Giving him repetitions that he know he can't make. Same thing happened to Will Tennyson, Hussein Farhat. And so how is this making him a man? Hey, scream at someone, tell them that they have to do something that they know they can't do. And then when they concern themselves and think they can't do it, then to yell even more and make them try. I mean, there's certain things you can't do. For example, if I'm racing on a bike and they say, hey, you have to do 500 watts for 5 minutes, I'd say, I can't. No, you can. Think harder. No, you just can't. There's certain things you can't do. It doesn't work like that. Now, if you said, hey, I want you to set a PR, do 1 watt, 10 watts more than you've done, hey, maybe you can. But when you set unrealistic goals that you know you can't accomplish, it doesn't motivate you to keep going. And as a physical education instructor, remember, I used to do this for a living. We wanted an 80% success rate. That is the ideal amount to motivate you to try. You don't want to be able to do it every single time because then it's too easy. But if you fail every single time, you're not going to want to keep going. And so if you can get them to succeed 80% of the time on perhaps a cask, hey, I want you to get 30 reps. And you're thinking, I don't know if I can, but you do it more often than not. That is positive reinforcement, and that can motivate your clients to keep going. But to say do 100 reps when you can't and you know that they can't, they have no chance of success, well, how is that motivating?
Open up your hands. Open up your hands. Open up your hands.
Make the pain respect you, baby.
Go to work, 21.
And so he gives up, open up your hands as if he's Jesus or something, and puts on more chalk. It's not the grip that's slowing him down. It's he's running out of ATP. Now, even if he were to supplement with creatine, which combines with ADP to form ATP, he would still eventually run out of energy. Now, for these high rep sets, you know, these YouTubers like Derek and Sean Nalajowick, they say that beta-alanine just gives you an itchy butthole. This is exactly what it's for, to buffer lactic acid so that you can do more reps than last time. And so imagine if you've gotten Blue Lobstered before your workout, which of course it has beta-alanine and salidroside. It's going to have you training and performing better than last time. Not to mention, what else do you think you could get? Of course, you would want to be on Turk Builder Max or Turk Platinum, as well as GO2 Max for cardio. That'll give you the best chance of surviving a workout at Diamond Gym. And by the way, money back guarantee, $20 gift card. If you think it didn't work, or even if it didn't work as well as you thought, money back guarantee, $20 gift card, code Greg, 15% off.
Come on, sis. Come on. Come on, sis. Come on, sis.
Where you at?
Ah!
Come on. That's 15 more to go. Let's go, kid. You a big boy.
And so Unk jumps in to give him a spot. I think that's an excellent idea. He clearly can't get those reps. Helps him get perhaps 3 reps and then stops helping him and says, do 15 more. I mean, he can't do those reps. He can't. His form is already off. Now with spotting, I believe he could do it, but you spotted and then stopped. It's like giving him false hope. It's like giving him some water and then taking it out of his hands.
Now you just got to tap into it. You got to tap into it. Get your fucking head up and tap into it. Come on. You're telling yourself, no, it's in there. It's in there, bro.
It's in you, bro. It's in there somewhere. Tap into it. And so I do believe these guys are fans of Mike Israetel, who believes that, hey, if you just go to level 4, you can go indefinitely. The physiology of the human body, it doesn't work in that sense. You can't just want it bad enough and do it. For example, if I want to run a 2-hour marathon, even though I can run that pace for example, a half a mile, it doesn't mean I can just want it bad enough and keep going.
Most of the time, most people never get the opportunity to even put themselves under that type of stress on your body.
They're saying, not many men have the opportunity to put themselves through that much. Well, see, the problem is what you're supposed to do is progressive overload. If you're training here, the next day you can train there. But if you're training here and the next day you train way up there, about 6 feet tall, that's what I can reach at if I reach as far as I can, it's too much. And your body can't recover from that. You can get injured, and then you might not be able to train again. And if you end up with rhabdomyolysis, you'd be in the hospital and you could potentially die. And so you do need to be careful. And so Shizzy, he's basically had enough here. He's sitting down, he's breaking rules. They're like, look, you got to stand up or leave. I mean, these are the rules. But at the same time, Shizzy is no fool. He knows that by doing this, he's giving himself essentially a timeout. He knows that if he starts yelling at himself, cursing himself, sitting down, that they're going to see that and they're going to have to talk to him or give him a break. They don't want him to leave the gym. And so essentially he's playing the trainers. They don't realize it, but Shizzy, he knows what he's doing.
Is bringing you into our world. So it's the same thing for me. If I go do a photo shoot, I gotta do modeling. I gotta sacrifice diet and cardio to look the way you look, right?
Unk is trying to compliment him, essentially giving him kind of like a shit sandwich. Hey, can't sit down, but hey, I can't do what you do. I can't diet the way you do. I can't do my cardio the way you do, dieting for shows. And so that is, in fact, a good technique. I do, in fact, like it. You say something bad, you say something good, sandwich it up, and feed it to your client.
So don't listen. Whatever you got left, even if you said it's nothing, whatever you got left in that tank, even gas has got that reserve shit. Give me that.
We all can run on the fumes. The problem is the fumes can only last so long. And once the fumes are gone, you got to get an Uber, a taxi. You got to go to the store, get a tank of gas. And it's a big ordeal. And so it's better not to get to the point where you're running on those fumes in the first place. I don't know what that's a metaphor for, but you don't want to run on fumes for too long.
But do not lead us today without quitting and trying your hardest.
What do you think I've been doing?
Listen to him, relax, listen.
And so he jumps in. He's like, what do you think I've been doing? Does it not look like I'm training hard? Shizzy is training freaking hard. I see it. It's obvious. He's pushing himself as hard as anyone ever could. And it's still not enough. And so he's thinking, well, what is the point of this? And I do believe that is the point. The point is to make you feel like a loser, to make you feel like you're not good enough, to feel like you could never succeed. They tear you down and hopefully you can build yourself up. Now, some people see this as bullying. Other people see it as coaching. I won't comment this time on what I think, but I will let you decide.
This is family in here, bro. We're not pushing you to hurt you.
Remember that. We're not pushing you to hurt you. Now, I'm hoping he means mentally hurt you because he is, in fact, pushing him to hurt him physically. And I want you to watch exactly what I'm talking about. Let us now fast forward and move to the part of the deadlift. 20 minutes later.
Look.
And so they put on more weight than he can lift. He attempts it double overhand. He attempts it underhand. He uses a very narrow grip to minimize the distance the bar has to travel. And so he simply can't do it. He doesn't have a chance. It's too much weight. And once you've failed on a deadlift, you really want to then go and try it again. You're already tired. You're already fatigued. And so at this point, you might, in fact, end up getting injured.
No, I got him. Get him up. Wrap up, go the other way. Same way, double overhand. Trust your uncle.
So he's saying, look, double overhand grip is going to be your best chance. Grab it a little bit wider. Use better technique, which is all great coaching. Only problem is it's too heavy, but it's great coaching. If they went back to a lighter weight and said, let's do it again like this, that would all make sense. But wait till you see what he does.
Right there. That's all I need. That's all I need. Me and you, kid. Me and you. Me and you.
And so he says, it's me and you, kid. It's me and you. And so I'm thinking he's there to motivate me. He's going to encourage me. He's going to scream at me. He's going to tell me that I can do it. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not what he meant. He meant me and you are going to deadlift this together. And so he's very close to him. And so at this point, I'm thinking what he's going to do is he's going to lift the bar up and essentially spot him in the hardest part of the lift at the bottom. That's the hardest part. And once it gets going, he's going to let go and let him finish the weight. That is what I thought he was doing. I've seen people do this with a 2x4 in front and help lift the weight up. And so I'm thinking, well, okay, he can do that. It's hard. And he perhaps doesn't need that much weight. But hey, it's the Diamond Gym. Let's see what happens. It's not what he does.
Sorry.
Essentially, he puts him in a chokehold and he pulls up on his neck. While he's straining, remember there's over 500 pounds on the bar, does yanking and the throat, I'm not talking about your throat goat, I'm talking about a man in the gym trying to deadlift. Does any of that make sense? Imagine if other trainers did this. Like, have you ever seen this in your life? And so I'm not sure if this is a common training technique at this gym or if they're perhaps trolling us. Like, did he go up to Shizzy before this and say, you know what, we're trying to make a video go viral. I'm going to choke you as I help you to lift on the deadlift. Now, if they consented to this in advance, hey, by all means. And frankly, it's going to get a lot of views. A lot of people are going to talk about this. But if you're a coach out there or an athlete and this is about to go down, walk away. Don't let them do this to you. Look at the background. Hattie's watching thinking, what is bro doing? Unk. This is not the way to do it. Assisted neck deadlift? I mean, are you training Shizzy to be a throat goat? What exactly is going on? What is happening?
It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
Let me remind the viewers that deadlift bar, that 66-pound bar, it is in fact an inanimate object. It has no feelings or emotions. It can't get hurt. And if you kick it, punch it, throw it down, it really doesn't care. It's not like a human or an animal. It doesn't evoke feelings. It's an inanimate object. And so if you get mad at it, it's not its fault. And no matter what you think you did, it wins. And so my advice, don't take out your emotions on inanimate objects. The fact that Shizzy couldn't lift that weight, he shouldn't take any negativity from that. The weight was too heavy, it's not your fault. The fact that the spotter thought he could chokehold you into lifting it, that's also not your fault. And so just because you couldn't lift it, it's okay.
It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yo, take that plate off.
And if you think that you have to live up to these people's expectations, that you somehow disappointed them, then in my opinion, that's on you. You don't have to impress other people. I'm telling you, what I learned in high school was to stop giving a shit about what other people think. And so if he thinks I'm a pussy because I can't lift over 500 pounds, even with the assistance of a chokehold, then I don't care. Oh, so you can do more than me. All right, so what? I decide if I feel like I had a good workout. We heard Shizzy earlier in the video saying, what do you think I've been doing? And he was mad because he knows he's been pushing harder than last time. I mean, this is the kind of gym where you would set PR after PR after PR, and then they would make fun of you for not setting a PR yet again.
All you motherfuckers that's going to say something negative about that attempt, he's exhausted and 66-pound bar.
Yep, we got that. The only person that we're concerned with about being disappointed is you and Shizzy, not the fans, not me, not Will Tennyson or other people who are perhaps watching this. It's just you. And so perhaps you're coping a little bit yourself. When you really look back at this, do you think it was a good idea to try to choke him into lifting it? You're going to say, hey, this isn't bullying. This is just a spot. I'm motivating him. But was that the proper way to spot? If I went back to university to get my PhD and I did the research on proper and effective ways to help clients deadlift, I am certain that this technique would not come up into the top 10 techniques to use. And so why would you do this? Now, you might get upset watching me talk about this, but as I said, I talk about what I think. This is my opinion. My opinion, based on the years of training that I've done, is you shouldn't try to help people deadlift more weight by pulling up on their neck. I'm pretty sure that you also would agree with this if you thought about this. You're thinking, well, it's to make him into a man. I personally think it's to get more clicks and views. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think that you thought that this was a good idea, but it looks good on camera. Hey, I'm going to choke this man, and you're probably hoping that he would lift a weight. You say, see, I'm the best trainer of all time. Look at what I can do. He couldn't lift a weight, and now he lifted. High five and say, you got it. But what if he got it, and then he's in the hospital with a sprained neck? Would it be worth it then?
So don't say shit negative because he's
Kirk!
crying. And another thing, at least he brought his ass in the
Kirk!
gym.
That was Shizzy's mistake. I've warned you. If you go to this gym and try this and you expect bad things not to happen, then, well, what more do you need to see? And so how many people do you need to see go to this gym and do this kind of training before you think it's a bad idea? And so most people going to this gym, I think they expect to be mistreated. I think they're looking for clout and for views. And so I think it's a mutually agreed upon agreement. And so if you go there and he yells at you or he makes you do crazy things, hey, it's on you. You've agreed to it. And so I don't think there's anything technically wrong with that. If you agree to do something and you know what you're getting into, then, well, that's on you.
Locked in. Come on. Butt down. Butt down. Butt down.
I didn't watch the rest of this video after I saw the chokehold. I didn't even know he was going to do it again. I'd already watched the video up to that point. I said, I'm going to end the video there. He did it again. And then he says, see, I told you so. And so now he's doubling down. See, it was a good training technique after all. Just because the weight went up doesn't mean it was an effective training technique. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't count for anything. You can't go back and say, yeah, I lifted over 500 pounds. I locked in. No. You got choked into lifting it.
Yeah!
I mean, there's like a standing ovation after all this. I mean, I'm certain that I could go and bench press the world record right now if Larry Wheels were spotting me and helping me on the bar. He would be pulling up with the deadlift technique. I wouldn't stand there and clap and look around the gym and be like, hey guys, look how good I am. Look how amazing I am. This is just ridiculous. How is that impressive? You don't get applause for doing something that doesn't even count.
He did that! He did that!
Hey, low 6 on.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck! The critters!
Is it the critics? Is it like me for criticizing that doesn't count? Like if he had done the bench press and he couldn't have done it, let's say there was 4 plates and he couldn't get it. And then on the next set, they say, hey, arch your back a lot, get your butt way off the bench and try it again. And he gets it. I'm not going to clap and say, yay, what an amazing bench. You did it, and give him a hug. I'm going to say it doesn't count. Sorry. Telling you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Let's go, baby. Don't quit, baby. Keep going.
Yeah, but you're saying don't quit, keep going. This is great advice, but sometimes you need to know when to fold them. If bro in front of you has a 4 of a kind and you have nothing, you just don't bet all your money. You quit. You're like, well, I know I'm going to lose this hand, so I quit. If you have 100 pounds on the bar more than you can deadlift, you don't just keep deadlifting it in order to get injured. It's not smart. You shouldn't do it.
Yeah! Go critters! Yeah! Oh, shit!
Does anyone see what's going on? Why is it that the leaders can do whatever they want? I mean, are we not leading by example? When Shizzy tried to take his sweater off because he was overheating, he wouldn't let him. But now that we're doing 1 rep deadlifts, which aren't that hard, 1 rep. It took him, 3 seconds to lift a weight? How hard is that, really? What are we doing? Showing off our immaculate bodies that, let me guess, are 100% natural, right? This 100% natty. I mean, he is a firefighter after all. There's no way a firefighter would ever use performance-enhancing drugs. I mean, I know of no firefighter that would ever use PEDs, ever. None of them would ever do this. I'm being sarcastic. Most of them do. Most. And by most, I mean more than half. Why does he stop the bar before going to the top? Instead of smiling and clapping, do you know what I would do if I was there? You never locked it out. You got it 3/4 of the way up. I think you had it, but you stopped. And so all these guys are just yes men. You know, they don't dare speak out to him. Perhaps they're afraid that he'll bully them back. He's the most alpha of the group, but he's yet to meet another alpha man who can tell it to him straight up to his face. Bro, why did you take your sweater off? Why are we lifting 3/4 reps? Why are we making everyone else listen to the rules when you don't have to? If that's the way the gym works, that's the way the gym works. But I don't understand the hypocrisy of doing it in this way.
And guess who worked 24 hours straight and got off this morning? Me.
Then he has to go and brag and say he worked a 24-hour shift straight. Now, I have several firefighter friends, lots. They don't just work 24 hours straight. They have lots of food. They'll cook for each other. They have great camaraderie. They sometimes have naps. They have work time. They'll watch movies together. And they're essentially like a team, a unit. They have great times together, great stories. But it's not the same as just working 24 hours straight on their feet. That is not what they're doing every single day. Now imagine, he had not slept in 24 hours and was fighting fires all day long. It would be a very different story. This is not a typical day of a firefighter. They don't go to work for 24 hours and fight fires for 24 hours straight. If they did and they did this, hey, that would be absolutely incredible. I would not suggest that they do that. I would say, hey, I want you to work out on your days off. If you haven't slept for 24 hours and you've been on your feet all day long, not having a chance to eat, you're fighting fires 24 hours. When you get off work, you need to either sleep or eat. You don't need to go to the gym and keep training. And so I don't like the fact that they're kind of bragging, saying, look, I'm better than you. I get the feeling it's like, look what we're doing in our gym. You do that. You do that whole bodybuilding thing. You diet and you do your cardio. That's impressive. But look what we do. I'm just not a fan. And that's okay. Perhaps they won't like this. Perhaps you don't like this. But I don't think that Unk is 100% natural. I don't have proof. I mean, if he showed us the blood work, we could see if he's been on anything. I'm not asking him to do that. I'm just saying, Do you think that it would be beneficial for a firefighter who went to work for 24 hours, which on itself is very impressive, and then following that, they go and lift this hard for this long? Do you think that performance-enhancing drugs would be beneficial to that person? I know that Hadi says he's 100% natural, and personally, I believe Hadi. Now, Unk has not stated natural or not. And so if you see someone deadlifting over 600 pounds who has this much muscle, likely not natural, doesn't mean that he's not. I don't have any proof. I'm just saying maybe he's not natty. Speaking of natural, I think that Shizzy's natural right now. I made videos in the past saying that he was unnatural back then. I stand by that right now. I personally believe that Shizzy is not a lifetime natural, but that he is natural today.
This is real life. And like he said, if you're going to quit on yourself in here, what you going to do out there with your goals and dreams, man? You got to step at the show the day and show.
And so they're pointing out that, listen, this is not fake. Some people have said it's staged, that it's perhaps not what's actually going on. He's saying, look, it's 100% real. And so I got to take him for his word. This is real. I don't think that they would have told Shizzy about the neck thing. They're admitting it. This is real life. This is what they do. Personally, I don't think you should train like that. I don't think it's worth the euphoria or the high in the same way that, well, if you use certain things, like, for example, sniffing creatine, that is going to give you euphoria and a high as well. But is it worth it? And so if getting on that high involves potentially getting rhabdomyolysis, injuring yourself, doing the neck-assisted deadlifts, I don't think it's worth it. There's other ways you can get a high. And so there's several ways in life that you can challenge yourself, and it doesn't even have to be physical. Try learning a different language. You think lifting weights is hard? It's easy. You think riding a bike is hard? Also easy. It's only in how hard you push yourself during those activities. I've been training almost every single day of my life since I was perhaps 10 years of age. I don't find that very challenging. What I do find challenging is studying and focusing. When you have a hard time focusing, for example, your ADHD, and you have to study very hard to pass to get a certain grade or perhaps get to university, get through it, those are very difficult challenges. There's so many different things out there that can challenge you, that you can motivate yourself to be a better person. It doesn't just have to be from going to the gym and lifting 100 reps. Challenge yourself to be a better person in all aspects of yourself. Ending it here. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bloops. And of course, for the HGLT supplements, code Greg 15% off. If you're looking for your blood work, Algo RX, they'll take your blood work, very cheap prices, and prescribe to you prescription medications like Ozempic, Telmisartan, Cialis, the list goes on. And until next time, I am out.